you can give me a moment, I'm going to share it to a few groups. That way we can get some people in here on this conversation, because a lot of the so it's just going to take me a moment. I got to actually do it individually. So and I'm going to be talking about some things that's going to help us. All right, so get it there. And I titled this The Bible or the Bullet. And I'll explain here in a moment what I mean by that. Okay, so some of this information is going to be taken from the speech given by Malcolm. And as you can see the picture behind me here, you know, Malcolm is a big influence to me, well, was. But I still listen to him now, of course, with everything that's going on with, you know, just trying to be aware and be conscious of things. I've always been conscious. I took a liking to Malcolm maybe like, I would say about 20 years ago. So in my early 20s, I was listening to this brother and him just breaking things down. So let's see. Give me a moment. Let me get this into the black radio. All right, so let me see. Oh, okay. All right. Damn, groups just come up. All right. Anyway. All right. So I'll just leave it at that. What's going on, Nick? How you doing, Tish? All right. So let me see. Both state there's multiple gods and you are God. Okay. All right. Well, Saints Row. What's going on, brother? How you doing? If anybody has that, I guess the black Jesus radio. Okay. You know what? Never mind. I got it. So we'll make sure, because that's where all the Hebrew Israelites. That's where they at. So we definitely want to get some of them in here, because they actually, I got a little something for them too. So, but let me just get into it. We'll just share the video later. If you're in here, you can get it shared. But you know, we'll just talk to the people that's in here already. Look, check this out. This is what I want to talk about. Okay, the Bible or the bullet. Okay, so you're gonna get one or two things in this society. They'll give you the Bible or they'll give you the bullet. Okay, so. What I want to go into with this is, if you haven't heard the speech, The Battle of the Bullet, again, that just goes to show we're learning things, or we're listening to things that's not going to benefit us, the things that are important to us and important to us being in the right mindset and the right frame of mind. Those things are not taught to us. Those things are not heavily emphasized on, but things that we don't really need to know, and the things that we don't really need to understand, those things are the things that's being taught. So we just want to change that. But again, whoever I bring on this platform, before I actually start bringing people in, I want you to think about, have you read your Bible? If not, why? What has your religion done for you? What has your religion produced? Because one thing that Malcolm pointed out in his speech, he says, if we discuss religion, or if we talk about religion, what's going to end up happening is we're going to just be in division, and we're going to be in an argument. Okay, and we're never going to be able to get anything done. We're never going to be able to come together. So the question that I just have to ask you is, and you know, the tool that has been used throughout history, not only dealing with your people, but just dealing with people in general, is to be able to divide those people and conquer them. Okay, so as you know, and as you can see, religion is a major tool and an effective tool in being able to divide and conquer people. Okay, because you got all of these religions, whether it be from that stem from the Bible, whether it be from the Quran, or whether it be from some other book, even in the Hindu religion. You got several different texts and several different writings there. And then again, you got all of these different teachings and doctrines on several or all of these different variations of these different gods. So as you go from culture to culture, you'll see that the number one common denominator in religion is division, or any type of spiritual teaching, or any type of thing that you would use to control the masses. Okay, so divide and conquer. So we just want to ask yourself, what has your religion produced, and would you be able to produce the same results if you wasn't in that religion? So just like Malcolm said, if your religion hasn't done anything for you more than what it's done for you thus far, then you should forget it. Okay, so when we have a common objective and we want to come together and we want to get something done and we want to get something accomplished, that objective and what it's going to take to achieve that objective should be the only thing that matters. Okay, so it should be the only thing that's open for discussion. So leave your religion at home, leave it in the closet, leave it between you and your God. Okay, so again, I just want to point this out. Facebook is closing us down. Okay, slowly they're banning people from Facebook for saying certain things, but again, because we're learning things that's not benefiting us, that's our fault. Okay, so if they kick you off of this platform, if they kick you off of YouTube, or if they kick you out whatever platform they kick you out of, and you haven't developed a platform on your own where you can speak freely, where you can say whatever you want, where you can do whatever you want, where you get the advertising dollars, you get the money that's generated from that platform, then that's your fault. Okay, so whatever position that you put yourself in, you got to take some responsibility for it, and you have to say that it is your fault. Okay, so if Facebook kicks everybody off of Facebook for saying whatever it is that they say, and you don't have an alternative platform to go to, which you should have your own platform anyway, that is your fault. Okay, I don't give a damn about Abraham. Okay, bars. Okay, so what language? Like some of the Hebrew Israelites that I talked to a couple of days ago, they indicated that they were learning Hebrew. Okay, so again, another thing that's not useful. So you spend all of this time learning Hebrew because you think that is the key to you understanding your religion. You're learning a language that's not even in the top 5 languages that's spoken in the world. Okay, when you talk about learning a second language, you're not learning Spanish. You're not learning Mandarin. Okay. Mandarin, Spanish, and English are the top 3 languages in the world, but I live out here in Arizona. Okay, I was speaking a little Spanish maybe 10 years ago. I was learning the language, but because I don't have any friends or close associates that speak Spanish, then you forget it if you don't speak. I still know a little bit, but I wanted my son, when I was in a family type situation, which I am now, I'm divorced, but when I was married, I tried to get my wife, I said, look, let's learn Spanish. Let's speak Spanish in the house to each other when we're just in here doing normal things, so that the language sticks in our mind. Because when you go out into the world, when you in a state that is predominantly Hispanic, everybody's speaking Spanish. So when you go to a job, or when you get some type of employment, they want to know if you're bilingual. Okay, so if you speak Spanish, you can actually make more money. In business, if you speak Spanish, your business it becomes more profitable when you have customers who come in and you're not limited to the type of customers that you can communicate with. Because if people who speak Spanish are going to go do business with people that can speak their language. So if you have a product, or if you have some type of store, and you speak Spanish, then the person doesn't have to leave. You don't lose business by being limited in your ability to be able to communicate. Again, that's a useful language for you to understand. But instead of learning Spanish, instead of learning Mandarin, you're learning a dead language, a language that's pretty much obsolete, or only that's going to be utilized in a certain area that you're probably never going to go to. Again, while we're talking about languages, okay, what other languages can you learn that's going to benefit you? While you learning Hebrew, do you know Java? While you learning Hebrew, do you know JavaScript? while you learning Hebrew, do you know HTML? You see what I'm saying? So these are the languages that you can utilize in your life. And these are the languages that you're going to be able to benefit from. These are the languages that's going to equate to dollars. Okay. So that's what we need to be doing. And one thing I want to pinpoint real quick. Okay. When we're talking about speaking out, and we're talking about communicating certain things out in this society, and what I'm saying right now is I'm going to get into exactly the meat, or I guess the main points of this message. Okay, what I'm saying here is when you talk about life, okay, and you're talking about making sacrifices, okay, like the man behind me, okay, he gave his life to trying to make change in the world, okay, and he was killed, okay. So death doesn't, there's one thing about death that scares me, okay, and this is what it is, okay. The one thing about death that scares me, when you're talking about giving your life to a cause or giving your life to making things better in humanity, it's dying in vain, okay. That's the one thing about death that scares me. No other component of death scares me except for that, like dying in vain, okay. And when I talk about dying in vain, I'm talking about let's use Nipsey Hussle for example, okay. Nipsey's death wasn't tragic, okay. People say, well, the way that he was killed, getting shot down, things like that. To me, that wasn't the tragedy in his death, okay. The tragedy in his death is going to be, and this is what I think is going to happen when he dies, okay, and whatever it is he was trying to do dies with him, okay. The changes that he was trying to make dies with him. Whatever movement he was involved in to try to make life better for other people dies with him. To me, that's the scariest part of death, when you die in vain, okay. Just like I said, a week or two from that man's funeral or that man's memorial, nobody's going to be talking about him anymore. When those murals that they've painted for him, when the paint is faded, when the paint is dry, when you pass by that mural every day, okay, and you no longer see it because you've seen it so many times, it's just not even it's not even, you don't even notice it anymore, and you forget about what it is that man tried to do and whatever it is that man stood for. So his movement dies with him. When all the gang members, they have to come back to reality, and their reality is facing them. The everyday challenges and the everyday obstacles of life are in front of them, and they can no longer set that aside for whatever it is that man was trying to do, because again, we're in a situation, a lot of us, it's a survival situation. So whatever it is you feel like you need to do to survive, all of that other stuff kind of goes out the window, okay? And then you right back in the same situation, killing each other, shooting each other over petty things, okay? So but again, it's not our inability to be able to get along. It goes a little bit deeper than that, okay? So that's one thing that scares me. So getting kicked off of Facebook, getting fired from my job, I've dealt with that anyway. Like I've never been afraid to speak up about anything. I've been fired from jobs before for speaking up against nonsense that they was doing, that they wanted me to do. Real quick, just want to point this out. I don't promote my YouTube page a lot. Sometimes I forget I even have it, but I do have a YouTube page. It's called Begging the Number 4 Change. I have a lot of videos on there. If you are a person who's on the fence about religion, I have a lot of videos where I make common sense arguments to get you to think. Some information, some points that you may be able to share with some other people. Let's see. Okay, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna go through the comments here in just a moment, but again, the YouTube page is Begging for a Change. I don't support it a lot. Promote it a lot, because I mean, I just don't. I just sometimes I don't even remember that I have the page. But a lot of these videos I put on Facebook and YouTube. But again, because I won't say closely associated with Kevin. I mean, I am on his channel a lot, and I'm like a known face on his channel, and we are connected. So I don't know, sooner or later, if they shut his page down, they may shut my page down. But again, I don't have the following that he has. So at this point, I'm not really a threat. So, or whatever they felt like he was. I mean, I don't consider myself to be that. But again, we have some administrators who have been affected by that whole situation, and they don't even make videos at all. So who knows what's going to happen? Okay, so if you want to subscribe to the page, it's begging the number 4 change. Okay, so a lot of the videos are there. It's probably about 80-90 videos on the page that you can go subscribe to in case I get kicked off of Facebook. And if you enjoy the content that I bring forth, then you can also get that information on YouTube again. But we should have our own platform, the languages that we should be learning. And again, I'm gonna emphasize on this: people, Java, C++, they got several new programming languages, IT, information technology, software design, web development. These are the things that's winning out here. Okay, so HTML, like you want to create a website from scratch, like these are the things that's winning. This is where the world has. It's not even moving in that direction. That's where it is. Okay, so if you're going to do any type of business, you got to have a website. You got to be able to do e-commerce, because that's where everybody does business. No one wants to come into a store. No one wants to call you over the phone. They want to jump on the internet and be able to order whatever it is you have to sell, or be able to do some type of business online. So you have to have that technology. You have to have that knowledge. Okay, so why are we learning things that just absolutely has shown that it does us no good? And I'm going to point out something here really quickly from the show last week, a couple days ago. Okay, I talked to a brother named Shar. Okay, and I don't know if he's in the chat. What's going on, Dre? I'm just gonna say hello to a few people. Kevin, see Samantha's in here. Oscar, thank you, Oscar, for subscribing to the page. Jermaine, see Bundy, Nelson, Vic, Ashley. All right. Michelle, how you doing? Okay, I spoke to Nick already. Ron, Stevie, Jose, how's it going? James. All right, Tim, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Always in here supporting Nicole. All right, Mike in here again. Tierra, Wayne, man, we got a lot of people in here. Okay, all right. So Jeremiah, what's going on, brother? I see you. All right, Reginald. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get some people in here a little bit later. Ro, how you doing? So just gonna go into this little spiel. Malcolm, that's my guy. I just feel honored, man, to be able to just keep this brother's information alive. The Ballad of the Bullet speech, he did that speech, I think it was April 3rd, 1964. So shortly before he died, man, this speech is like in the top 100 speeches of all time. Okay, I actually think it's in the top 10. So it's pretty high up there. So again, if you haven't heard the Ballad of the Bullet speech, I've heard the speech probably. I mean, I may be underestimating. Probably close to, maybe I would say between 70. Probably about 70 times. You know what I'm saying? I listen to it, quite often, because there's a lot of good information in there. Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, so I'm gonna point out a few things from the show. The last show that I did, we spoke to the brother Shar. We spoke to a few Hebrew Israelites, and again, people, this is very simple. Okay, I know people, they give me the. I know sometimes I'm just like, I'm funny, I'm comical, and I make some people upset with some of the things that I say. I'm free. Okay, free. Okay, freedom. Okay, Malcolm said, he says, if you're not willing to pay the price, then take the word freedom out of your vocabulary. Okay, so being held to the standards of this book, or like I hold this make-believe God to his book. Okay, just like I hold America to whatever's written. Okay, America has that Constitution. Okay, and America freed the slaves, and America got that Emancipation Proclamation. Okay, and America said that everybody was free. Okay, that we one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's what they tell you. Okay, so you've been living in hypocrisy for so long. You've been living in a hypocritical system for so long. You just used to hypocrisy. So when your biblical God, the one that you look up to, the one that you follow, the one that's just fake as I don't know what, the one that does everything that he doesn't want you to do, then that's normal to you. Okay, that's not abnormal to you. Okay, because you've been following a hypocritical and been living in a hypocritical system for so long that when you have to serve a hypocritical God, then you right at home, okay? So you right at home. Your God tells you not to kill, but unless he says it's a commandment not to kill unless he's telling you who to kill. Okay, you can't kill in this country unless the country tells you who to kill. Okay, when the country tells you who the enemy is, okay, then you're allowed to kill. Okay, it tells you to turn the other cheek, but they never turn the other cheek. Okay, what about God? Does he turn the other cheek? No. When he wants to kill you, he kill you. When he wants you to kill somebody, a whole group of people, when he wants you to annihilate an entire group of people, that's what he do. Okay, because America didn't turn the other cheek when they went over and dropped those atomic bombs on Japan, killing innocent civilians, women and children. They didn't turn the other cheek. Okay, the pilot, whoever was piloting that bomb to drop that bomb on those people and to kill them. Okay, he didn't think about Jesus. He wasn't thinking about the words of this Bible. Jesus didn't appear to him in that cockpit and be like, "Yo, you about to go kill what 100,000 people? You sure you want to do that?" No, Jesus didn't appear to him. Okay, so again, I'm gonna get off of that real quick. That's a part of that's a little warm up. Okay, I'm telling you, look, when you put it on this book for people to actually follow it and for people to actually do what it says they're supposed to do, then that's a problem. When you put it on your government, when you put it on America for them to do what they say they're gonna do, then you become a problem. Okay, they give you the Bible or they give you the bullet. That's what it is. Okay, you get stoned to death. All right. So what I want to point out real quick before I get more into that message is I want to point out some things that the brother Shar was talking about. Okay, Hebrew Israelites, pay attention. Okay, so I was talking to the brother Shar and he said he don't go by the New Testament. I asked him about the covenant. Okay. So Jeremiah chapter 31, it talks about a new covenant that this make-believe God is going to make with his people, right? And he said that the covenant to him was just them going back to the law because they strayed away from it. They broke the covenant. So he was just saying the covenant to him is going back to the laws and following the laws and the statute of God. That's re-establishing the covenant. But this is what Jeremiah 31 says. It says, I will make a new covenant, not according to the covenant that I made with your fathers. So whether you broke the covenant or not, it's not the same covenant. Okay. Again, that's you. Not your book says it's not me. Your book says this. Okay. So again, I'm gonna make another point with you right here. I'm and this is what I'm telling you. And this is gonna be kind of funny. So I want y'all to Don't give me too much flack about this, okay? This might be a little funny, okay? All right, so look, check this out. Now, you know I was telling you how it's not about the people in the Bible. They were knowing, okay? They wasn't believing, okay? They didn't have faith. When something happens right before your eyes, you don't believe at that point. There's no faith required at that point. You know, okay? None of us know if a God exists. None of us know. People think they know that Jesus was a historical person, but there's so many questions surrounding that situation. No one knows for sure. Okay. Your soul supposedly is on the line. Eternal life is supposedly on the line. Everything should be clear. Okay. Just like I said a couple shows ago, that stop sign, they want everybody to stop. It's clear. It's precise. Nobody's confused by it. People see the sign, they stop. Okay. In most cases. Okay. Your soul is more important than stop. You having the ability to stop at a stop sign, is that more important than your soul, your eternal life? This thing is so important and God wants everybody to make it, but it's not clear to us. Okay, I'm gonna read something to you. Okay, and this because the Hebrew Israelites, I've been getting a lot of those lately. This is for you. Okay, and I know sometimes I watch your YouTube videos. I may not. I'm gonna have to give me some water real quick. All right, check this out. Okay, you know how they be having these Bible readers, right? And they, you have one guy, he teaching, and you have somebody else speaking. So the dude, he be sitting up there. He be sitting up there. He be like, give me 1 Kings, chapter 17, verse 24. Okay, all right. So, and the woman said to Elijah, now by this I know that thou art a man of God, and that the word of the Lord in thy mouth is true. Okay, so look, check this out. All right, so I tell him, go back and read that. You know how they be like, he said, what now? He said, what now? So look, check this out. And the woman said to Elijah, now by this I know. Okay, you have faith? I know. You believe? I know. Okay, so look. she said, I know. I know. Let me read it to you again. By this I know. You believe? I know. You have faith? I know. Okay, so again, it's that simple, people. It's that simple. You ain't got to go no further than that. You ain't got to learn how to read Hebrew. You don't have to learn Greek. You don't have to read the Septuagint. You don't have to know what the Pentateuch is. You don't have to know what the Torah is. You don't have to know what the Apocrypha is. You don't have to deal with none of that. Okay, because like I told you, people in the Bible were seeing things with their vision, with their physical eyes. Okay, not spirit. Well, Rick, it's spiritual. It's spiritual. You don't know the spirit. You're in the spirit. No, they ain't nothing spiritual about it. They were seeing things with their very eyes, and they knew that a God exists. They knew that it was something supernatural that exists. Okay, so if somebody died, because this is what happened. If you're not familiar with that chapter that I just read, it's 1 Kings, chapter 17. You can go just read it. Take you like 2 minutes to read it, okay? But anyway, it was 2 miracles that happened in that situation. 2. First, the prophet went to the widow and was like, yo, I only got enough to make 1 cake. Like, some cake for me and my son. That's all I got. Okay. So he was like, no, you make me a cake, make something for you and your son. And look, it's going to be food there until the rain come. Okay. So she already knew how much oil, how much flour she had. Okay. So she was like, it's only enough to make a cake for me and my son. He was like, look, make a cake for me first, then make a cake for you and your son. Okay. So she just kept that was a miracle. Okay, for her to be like, okay, this barrel with this flour in it is not going, it's not being depleted. Okay, every time I go in there to get some flour, I'm getting some flour. Every time I go in there to get some oil, I'm getting some oil. That's a miracle. 1. So she was showing 1 miracle. Then her son died. Okay, Elijah went and resurrected her son. Okay, and she said, by this I know that you are a man of God and that the words of the Lord are true. That's what she said. That's what your book said. That's what somebody wrote, she said. I don't know. She didn't say, probably didn't say nothing. But anyway. Okay, so if you have somebody that died, okay, I'm making it as clear as I could possibly make it, because like people, we got to stop being stupid. We got to stop being stupid. Okay, I'm going to make it as clear as I can make it. Somebody died in your family. Okay, let's say person gets shot up. You on the scene. You like this your family member, and you hold them in your hands, and they breathing their last breath. And they die in your arms, So you know they dead. Ain't no question about it. You right there on the scene. They got the sheet over them. And I'm sorry, because I know some of this is real. Some of this is real life for us. Some of us have dealt with this for real. And I'm sorry if this brings back memories. And I even have to say that. So this sheet is over your family member. You know they dead. Okay? There's no question about it. They've been pronounced. At the morgue, you have to go identify the body. And at the funeral, while everybody's there, the person gets out of the casket. For real. Not this little crap over in Africa, what they doing. They shouldn't even play like that. That's not even funny. Okay? This person gets out of the casket in front of everybody. And they don't look dead. They look just like their normal self, like they looked when they were alive. And they'd be like, okay, who's not gonna believe that? Who's not gonna believe that? Who? That's it. That's I don't hate God. I don't hate Jesus. None of that stuff matters to me. Okay? All that matters to me is for me to get the same type of proof that makes it 100% certain in my mind that this thing that I'm about to give my life to, that I'm about to dedicate my life to, is what it is. Okay? You want somebody to, you want people to dedicate their life to something that's uncertain. That's just not logical. That's not logical. That's like telling you to give up everything that you work for your whole entire life for something that you don't know is certain or not. Like who would do this? This wouldn't be logical. Okay, you would go sell your house, sell your car, cash out your retirement, cash out your kids' college fund if they got one. Most of us, we don't have none of these things anyway. I'm just building up the assets. Okay, you take everything you own and you take the cash money. You go to the casino and you put all that money on the crap table on one roll and just roll the dice. Now you might win or you might lose. If you win, great. But boy, if you crap out, you wasted. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. So if it was clear to someone else, then I need it to be clear to me. So I'm gonna go into this message real quick. I know. Let me check the comments here. Didn't you go to school? Okay. I don't know who's talking to who in the comments. So if I'm not responding, then let's see. Sound like a damn Hebrew. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So hey, Michael, how you doing, brother? Just say hello to a few people that has come in. Tromaine. Let's see. Marco, Yolanda. All right. Jamerson, man, I gotta get your name. You be tripping me up with that name. Adrian. Monique, how you doing? All right. So we're going to this. I'm going to this message, and Mike said something here that was so profound a couple shows ago. He was like, religion leaves you with those 3 S's, okay? Leave you being silent, submissive, and subjected, okay? So you as long as you in those 3, you cool. But you know what? It's not only religion that leaves you like that. Society leaves you like that, and you're okay when you're silent, when you're submissive, and you're subjected, okay, to whatever it is they subject you to. But when you speak out, whether it be against religion or whether it be against the system, then they have a problem, okay? So, again, I don't really care too much, okay, because it's not too much that I fear. Well, if you snoring, Saints, man, there's more stuff that you can do. I'm pretty sure it's a basketball game on or something, brother. Go do what you do, okay? Because again, you can watch basketball and you can do all of those things, but what does that do for your life? Okay, so yeah, if you bored, go watch a basketball game. Go be entertained. Go log it to Netflix or something, bro. Go do something, man. You don't have to be here, but it's okay. All right, so what I want to go into is, okay, so again, the ballot or the Bible, because we're not doing ballots, we're not voting. It's the Bible or the bullet. Okay, so when you reject their Bible, so they either going to give you the Bible, okay, or they give you the bullet. And again, that goes along with those 3 S's that my brother indicated. That silence, that submissiveness, and then you being subjected. Okay, so they're gonna do it either way. They're gonna do it with the Bible, or they're gonna end up doing it with the bullet. Okay, so again, we're gonna talk about the hypocrisy. Okay, so and again, this is to the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, you can make just because you make the Bible black doesn't mean it's still a whack book. Okay, all right. So just because you make Jesus black, that don't mean Jesus coming back. Just because you make him black. Okay. Let's see, brother, accept that friend request. Okay. I did, Jose. I'm gonna let you in a few minutes, brother. Let me just go over a little bit more of this information, man. And then I'm gonna start bringing people in so they can explain or try to explain their religion and try to explain their God and defend their God, because he can't defend himself. Okay. So again, when we talk about the hypocrisy of this country, okay, versus the hypocrisy of your God. Okay, so look, check this out. Your church or your religion, they take your money. Okay, it's a lot of similarities in this. Okay, they take your money, Okay, whether it be through taxes, you go to your religion and you give your religion your money. So the government takes your taxes and they do whatever it is with that tax money that they want to do with it. Okay, you give your church your money, okay, or your religion, whatever it is you call it. Okay, they take that money and they do whatever it is they feel like they want to do with that money. And in most cases, the average person doesn't have any say so over what happens with that money. Okay, so again, you give your make-believe God, you give him all of your energy. You give him all of your praise and your worship and your adoration. What does he give you in return? He doesn't give you anything. Okay, you give this country the blood of your ancestors, not only the blood of your ancestors, but the blood of some of your sons and some of your daughters when you send them over, okay, to fight for this country, to fight for these people's agenda. You give them your children, you give them your life, okay, and what do they give you in return? They don't give you anything. Okay, so again, that just shows the hypocrisy. So when you're dealing with anything, and a lot of these preachers are in cahoots with this system, okay? Because anything that's built, just like Malcolm said in the Ballad of the Bullet speech, anything that's designed, anything that's built to cause your freedom and your ability to be able to do whatever it is you want, for you to be able to live out your dreams. Now, we live in a system because my brother Dre pointed out a week ago, he talked about the caste system in India. Okay, we live in a caste system right here. It's pretty close to a caste system. It's just invisible. It's just not called that. Okay, so just like you serve an invisible God, you are in an invisible caste system. Okay, so because when you have money and when you are elite and you are able to pass that money down through inheritance, okay, so your family, your sons and your daughters stay in power. Your sons and your daughters stay in political positions of power, economic positions of power. Okay, that is a caste system. When you inherit poverty, when you inherit, you can't marry certain people. Who's gonna marry somebody that comes from nothing? Are you going to be able to marry somebody elite when you come from nothing? You don't come from money. Okay, it's probably not going to happen. So same way like over in India, if you're a Brahmin or you at a certain different type of level on their caste system, you can't marry certain people. You can't hold certain positions in politics. Okay, does that sound familiar? Okay, so again, we are in a caste system that's just not called that. Okay, the same thing. So again, with the way you move in your beloved country, you are accustomed to living at the bottom. You're accustomed to living at the lowest economic scale. So when you go into your book and you're just like in the book of Leviticus, because it makes you want to vomit. This God tells you that if you do everything I tell you to do, okay, if you do everything I tell you to do, everything's gonna be all right. Okay, just like your country, okay, unless they give you the Bible or give you the bullet. If you do everything we tell you to do, if you follow all of our instructions, if you stay quiet, if you stay silent, if you stay submissive and subjected, then your life will be good. Okay, but if you step out of line just a little bit, okay, if you call me out just a little bit, if you stand up against me just a little bit, okay, I'll destroy you. Okay, just like he said over, what was it? I think it's the 18th, is it the 18th chapter of Leviticus? I know some of you Hebrew Israelites, y'all probably know the Bible a little bit better than me, but anyway, he said that he gon' like punish you seven times more severe. So it's just like, it can't just be a normal punishment. He gotta like just destroy you and let your enemies kill you, let the animals kill you. He just bring everything on you. He bring disease up on you, so he give you disease, let the animals kill you, let your enemies kill you. He just give you all the annihilation, okay? But that's your God though, okay? 1 minute he loving you and 1 minute he killing you. I don't even know why you want to worship a God like that, but anyway, you're used to it because it's in your DNA. Okay, it's in your DNA to be a slave. It's in your DNA to be silent, submissive, and subjected. Okay, because you got it from your mother, you got it from your father, you got it from your grandparents, You got it from your great grandparents. Okay, so it's just a part of your being. It's a part of your DNA. It's a part of your mental. It's a part of your thought pattern. Okay, so that's what we're trying to break. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Let me see who wants to come in here, man. I got a few more points to make, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Let me see. I'm pressed for time too because I do have some business to attend to in a little bit. All right, so we're gonna try to get some people in here. All right, so Dre, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Let's see. Dre said, yeah, there's a caste system. All right, so let's see. Michelle Perry. Okay, let's get Michelle in here. All right, let's see what the sister got to say. All right, so we got Michelle. Jose, I'm gonna get you in here next. Okay, I'm gonna get Michelle in here first because we do want to hear a woman's perspective. Okay, it's women. Okay.
Well, my odd hotep to you, brother. What's really going on, King?
How you doing, Michelle? Are you freezing up there a little bit? Michelle,
It's a pleasure. Are you still with me?
Oh yeah, you froze up there a little bit, so I didn't. I got most high. And that was it.
Right. Yeah, they try to cut me off too. I'm the moderator of the African meditation group. So, I try to bring as much knowledge from ancient African history, the Kemetic spirituality system, all the way up to metaphysics and the universe. And yeah, we got like 3.6 million followers strong. Okay. So I'm basically been the administrator basically just was, we just really work together. So I'm always on going live, trying to wake up the people. I get where you coming from, King. I understand that, you got a lot of Hebrew Israelites, a whole lot of religious folks that just don't really understand. They don't know. And like you said a minute ago, they only learn what their parents taught them. And their parents only learn what they taught them. And it goes back generations. So the spell, the curse has always been on our people for hundreds of years, If they can only just, the key, the actual key to understanding consciousness is to have an open mind. And if we can't find these people, if these people's mind don't open up and realize that there is a history behind Christianity, there is a history behind all three religions who basically from the time they got created by man, that all they've ever done, these religions ever done is killed, murdered, raped, pillaged, hung, and all that in the name of Jesus. You understand? Right. And I can really relate to this because being a minister for some years, it wasn't until I woke up and I realized that I had been sold a lie. So I really couldn't get angry with my family members because they were only taught what their parents taught them. You understand where I'm coming from? But it was because of an open mind. Once I realized that I had been lied to, then I began to go through an extensive research. I didn't just want to come on and just because I heard somebody say something, then I took it at face value. It took me years. It's been, and I'm still digging and researching, finding out new things about our people. I wanted to know about my people. I didn't want to know about the Europeans and all. They done bamboozled us with enough of that shit as it is. You know what I'm saying? You would want to think that, who in their right mind would really think that a white man would die for them? Right. What black person in their right mind would really think that a white man would literally die for them? And they believe this lie that was created at the Council of Nicaea back in 325 AD with Emperor Constantine and Pope Alexander VI got together because these people at this particular time, anybody on here, they go for you Hebrew Israelites, they go for Christianity. We are not here to bash you. We're just trying to get y'all out the box to think. Just think. That's all you got to do. Keep an open mind and just think. Listen, all of this was created. They're not hiding it anymore. It's all hidden in plain sight. Just look up their European history. Go to the Council of Nicaea, 325 AD, and find out exactly why Emperor Constantine and Pope Alexander decided to get this Christianity together. Because the people were out of control. Back then, people were literally worshiping different gods. And what happened was, when the crowd would come along, they would say, my God bigger than your God. No, my God bigger than your God. And the next thing you know, they were slaughtering each other. This is exactly the story that they're telling us. They're not hiding this anymore. You know, when Mark Zuckerberg created this Facebook page, little did he know at the time that he created this Facebook page, little did he know that it was going to be used for not just all this other old random stuff they be doing, as far as getting that you get more points with entertainment. And little JJ done kicked somebody door in, or LaQuisha, she hanging off the pole and got all her private parts out. And, you know, they get, but when it comes to knowledge, something that's going to sustain you, something that's going to keep you, something that's going to make you pay attention to the elements of this earth, the attributes, everything. You know, we get so caught up, and we go to church every Sunday, and we get so dewy-eyed when we see this little dead white man on the cross. We run right up there and we cry. But what about our ancestors? We don't acknowledge our own ancestors who swung from the trees, who got gunned down and hung. Babies were split up out of them, you know, just trying to get some type of freedom. We don't acknowledge them. They got us so brainwashed that we'll kill you about that dead white man.
I was just about to say, I was like, I'm afraid, because I'm not even afraid, but like I'm in danger from talking about this, because somebody would kill me and think that they silencing me for God. you see what I'm saying? They would justify it.
I'm with you. I understand.
I killed him for God. He's speaking against God. I'm going to kill him, and God is going to be pleased with me because he's speaking blasphemy against God.
Exactly. And you know, if we look at that universal cosmic being that is still in chaos. See, we've been sold the dream that that the Holy Trinity is God the Father, God the Son, which is Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Well, that ought to let you know, that ought to let man know right there, there's something wrong with that shit with just two men and a ghost. I mean, are y'all serious? 2 men and a ghost. This is where, and we haven't, and the sad thing about it is that these Europeans looking at us, they're looking at us, melanated people, saying, damn, y'all still believe in these lies, because they know the truth. You understand what I'm saying? They know exactly. They know the truth. They know their history. They know the truth. And the sad thing about it too is they're only 10% of the population. As we speak right now, people of color are holding a 90% population on this planet right now. The only the 10% that the Europeans hold, they're only 10% of this, and they're dying at a rapid rate through the opioid addiction, through the homosexuality addiction, and also their own women don't want children by them. Them white women, they find the first big black mandingo they can get their hands on to get them a baby by. They don't even want to have children by their own. But we let this 10% of their population control this whole planet, and us right along with it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Until we open up first of all, it's got to start in Africa. Because you think the preachers over here, man, these plantation pimps ain't nothing over here compared to the ones over in Africa. Them preachers over there, you know, them preachers over there got them folks eating grass. on all fours, eating grass, talking about this God land. And got another preacher over there, won't even let his feet touch the ground. He used his members to step on his members to get in the church. Just craziness, Rick. Just crazy.
Yep.
It's just crazy, you know.
All right, I thank you for coming.
And maybe,
sorry, go ahead. Make your last point, sister.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to just hopefully somebody on this page, you keep doing what you're doing, brother. You keep on doing what you're doing. Keep waking up the masses, because I'm going to tell you something. This is a lonely journey.
It is.
This is a very, very lonely journey. We are always going to be misunderstood. We are, you know, they laugh at us because we're different, but I laugh at all them because they're the same. You know. Okay. So I just wanted to thank you so much for allowing us to come in, and I got you shared already on my group. Plenty of people are already looking at you. I just ran across you not long ago, and I'm so glad to see that a brother's not afraid to get on the air and tell the truth. You know.
Hey, I've been doing it since the beginning, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I know it's dangerous. It keep your pockets light. Keep your pockets light.
Yeah. But that's okay though. They you know, we're not really a threat to them for real. Because they're not hiding anything anymore. They're not. It used to be at one point, King, they would hide information like this. They're not afraid for this information to get out, because they know we ain't gonna do a damn thing about it no
We
way.
sick. Yeah, we sick. I mean, that's what it is. It's like you will you don't even, and it's not about like fighting and being enemies and going to war and things like that, because I want to emphasize on that. But like, you don't even know who your enemy is. Like when you think your brother down the block, you know, that's a block away from you, just because he wear a blue shirt, you know, just because he that's not your enemy. That's not your enemy.
Exactly.
You know, so we don't even know who the enemy is and how they've programmed us to think. And it's just like I said at the beginning of this stream, if we continue doing the same thing and allowing ourselves to be in certain positions, then at that point you got to take responsibility and say, okay, I kind of deserve to be in this situation. If Facebook kicks me off of Facebook, I deserve that, because I haven't gotten together with my people and created a platform for myself to where I don't have to be on their platform. The advertising dollars that they get, we could get that advertising dollars by creating a platform for ourselves to where we can say whatever we want, we can do whatever we want. We have complete and utter control instead of having control. Because this is a problem with you and your make-believe God, not you, Michelle, but I'm talking to the people out there that's still trapped in this religion thing. This is the problem with you and your make-believe God. You don't want control. Like you don't know what to do with control, because when you have control over your own life, then it's up to you. When you got control over your own business, it's up to you. When you got control over your own platform, it's up to you. And instead of being in control, you are used and accustomed to being controlled, and that's the whole problem.
Exactly. You are absolutely right about that. But listen, it's such a breath of fresh air to know that somebody else is out here trying to show these people what the true deal is. If we only knew exactly where we came from and who we are and who our people are, we would think a whole lot more about ourselves. But our children, even our children in this time coming up, it's only because we as the melanated elders have just really woke up within the past 10, we can take it from 10 years to 1 year. Once these phones began to go viral and we began to find out exactly who we were, who we are, and where we come from, and who our people are, now we can begin to help educate our children. You know, because this system was designed, they designed this system back in the 1960s, which hadn't been long ago. You had both mother and father in the house that were raising the children. So when they began to build that prison system, the prison system is $1 billion industry right now, and their tactic was to remove the black man from his home so he could take control of the woman and the child, because he knows as long as that black man is not in the household, that woman gonna make that child do exactly what that child's supposed to do to honor these slave masters, because that's what they still are. Yeah. You know, it's still the same. We still on the plantation, y'all. Ain't nothing changed. Right. They just upgraded it a little bit, but we still. They
changed the name. You know, they say slavery by another name. That's what it is. You know.
Exactly. Well, it was sure enough good. I don't want to take up all your time, because I can talk to you for 1,000 years and some.
Hey,
but
I appreciate it.
Listen, thank you. Thank you so much, King. And listen, keep doing what you're doing.
We're gonna keep it as long as it's breath in this body or whatever it is. I'm gonna keep pushing, because ain't nothing else for me to do. It's already enough nonsense out there in the world to keep people entangled. So I mean, I gotta have my place in the world to create some balance, you know.
Exactly. And another thing, everybody on this page, and I'm gonna be through with it, start eating properly. Get that white man his slave food back. Give him his religion back. Give him his damn slave food back. Give it all back to him. We are plant-based people. We were a plant-based people. Our ancestors were plant-based people. We didn't start eating on animal flesh until they got us on them plantations, and everything that they ate that they liked, that they didn't want, they gave it to us. Get that white man his God back and give him back his slave food. Get your engine cleaned out. Clean your organs out. Start giving yourself a cleansing, because along with that cleansing, once you begin to cleanse your insides out, put all that stuff down, all that white stuff, that white bread, rice, all that shit, milk, all that, because this is where our sicknesses lie. This is exactly where our sickness, the body is mucus just brings on diseases, y'all. I don't know how many of y'all know, but I stress this even on my page. Clean out your engine, get your body cleansed out, start eating fruits and vegetables, and then learn how to meditate. once you begin to meditate, I guarantee you this one thing. There will be portals, planes, realms, and everything else open to you so that you may be able to ascend higher.
There we go.
Clean out your organs, y'all, so you can have a personal relationship with your universal being. So I love you, Rick. Thank you so much. Ma'at Hotep, Islam, Assalamu alaikum, Namaste, Ashe, and all that.
Yes, ma'am. Peace, Queen. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, family. Look, check this out. The brother David, if you still in here, if you want to come on, I know you are a minister. I know you are a preacher. I know you invited me on your platform a few times, and I just didn't get together with the preacher that you tried to hook me up with to be on your show. If you want to come on here and talk with me, because I guess you're talking about my logic is off and things like that, man. Listen. It's not off. I don't know if you was in here when I just explained to you that there's a difference between having faith and knowing, okay? People in the Bible knew when somebody raised your family member from the dead in front of your face, in front of your eyes, you don't believe anymore at that point, you know, okay? So until I get some proof like similar to that, that's all I'm gonna accept. I'm not gonna accept your book. I'm not going to accept your writings. I'm not going to accept your text. I'm not going to accept God speaking to Tyrone and telling Tyrone something. I'm not going to accept God talking to you at the Neo concert. I'm not going to accept, some writings on a piece of rock that was found in a cave by the Moabites. I'm not going to accept any of that. I'm not going to accept any of that. I'm not going to accept no Dead Sea Scrolls. None of that. None of that. Okay, bring somebody back to life in front of my face. Come talk to me directly, and I'm gonna put you on live so you can talk to everybody. I'm gonna record it so you can talk to everybody. I'm not taking or accepting your stupid book, because if you are a all-knowing God, to communicate with people in this way is stupid. When we have a technological society where we can record you, where everybody will understand in their language. Okay, I'm not going to learn Hebrew, not going to learn Greek, I'm not going to learn Aramaic, I'm not going to Jerusalem, I'm not going to be baptized in the River Jordan, none of that, okay? Only proof I'm going to accept is proof where I could be like, you know what, hey, I can't deny that. I can't deny that God is real. Let's go, okay? But other than all that, you sound like a clown. No, I sound like a clown because a wise man always sounds foolish to a fool. So I mean, I'm not calling you a fool, brother. But what I'm saying is simple put. You and your other brothers or whoever you study with can't even understand your own book. You said a God of Abraham, which I don't give a damn about Abraham. Okay, Abraham was a dog. Okay, I'm gonna keep saying this until every time you think about Abraham, you're gonna see my face and you're gonna be like, Abraham was a dog. You're not gonna be able to read Genesis without seeing my face. Abraham was a dog. Abraham was a slave owner. Abraham he slept with his own sister. He wanted to kill his own son for this stupid God. Okay, he got Hagar pregnant and sent her and her son away with nothing. He didn't go talk to God when it came time to sleep with Hagar. He just went and slept with her like a dog, because that's what they do in the Bible. He like, oh, well, God, hey, did you want me to sleep? No, he just went and slept with her like old dirty dog. And then his nephew Lot, the fruit don't fall far from the tree. Abraham was sleeping with his sister, so his nephew was sleeping with his daughters. The whole family was ratchet. Why you want these people to be your family? Jacob old lying old dirty dog. His father Isaac was a dog. All of them was dogs. Okay, so David was a dog. Almost every character in the Bible was a dog. And people would be like, well, that just tells you the Bible's true. They didn't leave nothing out. No. When you want to sleep with your sister, you put it in the Bible. When you want to sleep with your daughters, you put it in the Bible. When you want to rape whatever woman you see and she look good to you, you put it in the Bible. Because every time they see a woman, they just take her. And then she become his wife. They don't go on no date. They don't do nothing. They say he saw her, she looked good. He took her, came in unto her, conceive. But then you gonna be like, well, Rick, you don't understand that word conceive. See, you gotta break it down. See, you gotta take the compound word conceive. You gotta take the C-O-N out, and then you gotta separate the seed. And then I'll be like, well, put D-E in front of the seed, and then you deceive. You like, no, it don't work like that. Okay, you see what I mean? So all the time, you gotta make an excuse for your stupid book. All right, let me get, man, Saints, I'm not even going to talk to you today, bro. I'm going to get somebody else in here, man. Jose, send me a request, and I will get you in here, brother, okay? David, David's a dirty dog, a man after God's own heart. David was a dog. Why would you want David to be your family? Oh, he was a dirty dog. Killed his friend. I won't even look at my friend's girl. If my friend got a girl, listen, I had a homeboy who like his baby's mother, like they was broken up, and she was a good woman, and he know I was a cool dude. I said cool dude. Okay, he know I was a cool dude. He wanted me to date his son's mother. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Like even if my homeboy like dated a girl like 10 years ago, I wouldn't even date. It's too many women in the world. You gotta take your number one man's girl and you get him killed. That's lower than low. How can you have any good friends? Like, how can you pick friends? If you think David is a good person, you ain't got no judgment, dude. Like, I don't want nobody around me that's gonna take my wife and kill me for it. He's a dirty dog, but your God kill his people for complaining. How that makes sense? How that makes sense? Your God's stupid. Like, why you want to be around stupid people? You don't like stupid people. You know you don't. You know you don't. If you got a friend that's stupid, you be like, yo, bro, Mark, I don't mess with Mark. He's stupid. Like, you know you don't even like stupid people being around. Well, maybe you do, I don't know. But a smart person, I don't even like stupid people around me. Like, even if they my family, I'm like, boy, you know if you hang around David gonna get you killed. You know that, right? You know, you can't even go to the store with David because David got people trying to shoot at him and trying to kill him, but you gonna hop your little butt in the car and go to the store with David anyway, and you end up getting shot up for David. David, you in the car about to die, and I'm like David, man, like, who was that? Oh man, I owe him $10. Like, you gonna get killed for David. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't like stupid people, but you follow a stupid God. And then you wonder why nothing gets better in your life. Put it in the chat, Saints Row. What has your religion produced for you? Since you start following Hebrew Israelites, since you start following Yah or Judah or Israel, whoever, since you start following that, lay it out for us. What has happened in your life? What has it produced? How much more money have you made? Like, have you moved out the ghetto? Have you moved away from all the craziness and the chaos and the nonsense? Has it revitalized your community? Okay? No, I'm pretty sure it has not. I'm pretty sure it has not. But as a non-believer, I can go through because it's just irony. As a non-believer, I could go through and call out all the stuff that's happened to me since I haven't believed in God. But you know what? It's all positive stuff. Ain't nothing negative. Ain't nobody died in my family. Ain't nobody got killed. Ain't none of that. Ain't nothing bad happened to me. So I lost my job but it wasn't because I didn't believe in God. I lost my job before because I spoke up against something that the company was doing. And they fired me a couple of weeks later, but they ain't had nothing to do with God. I never thought it was God. I was like, oh God, since I stopped believing in God, I lost my job. No, I ain't lose my job because of that. But you know what I did? I ain't sweat it because I know I have the skills and I know I have the ability. I just kicked it for a couple months. Kicked my feet up, took a break, you know what I'm saying? When I got ready to go back to work, that's what I did with no problem. Because I already knew it wasn't a problem because you know what? I got licenses that people need. People need me. People need qualified people. I live in a place where there's an abundance of employment. I go get a job. And I ain't talking about making pennies. I ain't talking about working at Amazon, and I ain't dissing nobody that work for Amazon. I'm just saying. I ain't talking about standing up for 8, 9, 10 hours loading packages or whatever. I'm talking about sitting down in AC, shirt tie, career job. You know what I'm saying? Like easy. I ain't pray about it. I ain't talk to y'all. Send me a job. No, y'all blah blah blah. All right, let me get Jose up in here.
Agree a lot with what you're saying. I just wanted to like answer your questions. For example, and I'm gonna tell you in the form that I agree with you on, where everybody knows that the government lies to them, but yet they still believe in the God that the government gave them. So I understand your position on it in many different ways. You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to make sure that you understand. I'm not here to debate with you. That's all. You know,
Oh well, yeah,
I'm
I
here
don't
to.
debate with anyone, man. I just I'm just I just speak to people, man. Like I don't like we may go back and forth about a few things, but it's just me asking questions to clarify maybe some things that I'm confused on, like about people's belief systems. But like a debate, man, it's just a like that's like a setup type of situation there, man. And it's just like whoever makes the better points kind of wins. That's what a debate is. So you're never going to debate if Jesus is real or not. You're never going to debate that because at some point you're going to have to produce some evidence. It's just like going to court and debating about whether somebody's guilty or innocent or not. Like it's going to be the better speaker, whoever makes the better arguments verbally, that's going to win that debate. But they just don't go off of the speakers or the prosecution or the defense in a criminal trial. They're going to have to present some evidence at some point. So if the evidence is kind of iffy, then it may go to whoever's the better, you see what I'm saying, the better debater. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it works both ways. But when you're talking about your soul being on the line, and it should never be up to who has the better defense when your life is on the line. Like when you're being accused of a crime, it should always be dependent upon the evidence. But all the time that's not the case. But anyway, I just wanted to make that clear to you.
All right, no problem. I'm glad you actually made that clear. Now, I wanted to answer some of your biblical questions, or is Quranic questions, or Bhagavad Gita, whichever book that you know of that you've questioned. Like, what does this mean, or why would anybody even put that in the book? And say that this is from God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not questioning any of that, man. I know a little bit about the Bhagavad Gita. The Quran. I don't have a Bhagavad Gita, but you don't need one now. You just go online and read anything at this point. But I have a Quran. I have a Book of Mormon. I haven't read the Quran all the way through because to me, it'll be kind of like a waste of time. I mean, I may do it eventually, but I've read enough of it to be like, okay, whatever. It's some similarities, with the Bible talking about, Abraham, Ishmael, those types of things there. But I don't think it's a necessity for me to really read it because I don't even talk to a lot
No,
of
it's not.
Muslims anyway. The Bible, of course, I read that through its entirety, but I don't have any questions, man. To be real, man. So like, if you do you are you a believer or are you just like I don't know where are you with that?
I'm someone who has an understanding that none of the things in the Bible have occurred yet. For all the books in the Bible are written in the latter days. So I'm a strong believer that it is now in these times right here that these things are actually coming to pass.
Okay, when you say in the
Dealing with
Bible, what
every
part of the Bible
aspect,
are we talking about? We talking about Revelation
every
or we talking about the
every
Bible period?
the Bible in general. Period. This is a time where everything in Scripture, as it's foretold in the Scripture, is actually taking part every day. This is the beginning of Israel. This is the beginning of the children of Israel. This is the beginning of so to clear that up right there. When I say the beginning of Israel, people are calling themselves Israel or Hebrew due to the fact that a book is out that is foretelling the latter days, and they feel that they are a part of this, and then they know that there are people upon this planet who say they are Jews but are not, and they feel that that legacy or that claim of person has been stolen from them. That identity is being stolen from them, and it actually hasn't. It actually hasn't, because all of those things are coming to pass now. The Bible has 70 years of a situation, And those 70 years of those situations, this actually happens to be the last year. From this year on begins the whole saga, which we call the Bible. I
Oh,
know it
okay. So
sounds
what happens when the
pretty.
year is up?
When the year is up, well, right now, as you can see, things are being destroyed all over the world. Things are being destroyed. The matrix that we lived in for these 2,300 years, you can say, is being remodeled. It's being replaced, re-evaluated, because we was living under a lie, a deception. This is why Jesus was a fish. Pisces, the age of Pisces is fishes, which means deception. We humans are like fishes. Curiosity kills us. Same thing when you fish. You drop a hook. It's not what attracts the fish is not what's on the hook. It's just the hook in general. And they go and they bite the hook. So these elites know this. So they played on that human nature part about us. That's what happened.
Oh, okay. So where did you get this understanding from?
It's logical. It's logical. When you look at the characteristics and the personalities and the traits of humankind, we all love the fantasy. This is why they give us Disney, Hollywood, cartoons, and so on and so forth. The reason they're giving it to you is because they know it feeds your mind. None of it is real. You understand? Being that.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
No. You wanted to say something?
Oh, you were saying none of it is real. Continue.
Yeah, none of it is real, but they understand that human nature would rather deal with the lie or accept the lie than accept the truth. You don't want to understand, for example, you don't want to understand that this is all to it. You would rather think that there's so much more, that there is space, that there is life under the water or under the earth. That people do come here from other galaxies and so on and so forth. People would rather think that way because it allows them to live continuously in their own lie. And that's what you're seeing with the world right now.
Okay, so after this year is up, what's going to happen?
There's many things that can happen. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. But I can tell you this much. During this final stages of this year that's left, this time that's left, you'll see destruction of these governments. You'll see all of those things take place because it's foretold. Everything in the Bible does happen. It's a fact. Everything in the Bible has happened. It happened.
Okay, so what in the Bible has happened and what hasn't happened? Like where are we in the Bible? Where?
Right now we are in Genesis. We are in the very beginning. You are in the very beginning of the Bible right now. Everyone.
What part?
Everyone.
Part of Genesis?
Literally, like in the beginning, you have to understand. Okay, so before I go there, you have to understand everything takes 6 days. On the seventh day, God rests, which means 1,000 years each day. A day in heaven is 1,000 years on earth, which means every 6,000 years, the earth literally goes back into a synchronicity of time where we go right back to the beginning and we start over. We are reaching that end now. So the world doesn't end. What happens is that the belief system in which we were living, that ends. So now the same things that the people of Egypt were believing in, that will resurrect again because the past repeats itself. It's a cycle. And now those things of Egypt will rise again and those people will go back into that.
Okay, so what about the things? So you're saying that things in Genesis are like where are we? What chapter are we in Genesis? Like, are you talking about we in the creation portion? Like I don't understand.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. We've passed.
Give me one breakdown of one of the situations in Genesis that will be representative of what we're doing in the present time.
Well, it says that I think the Christ character, it might be the Christ character, says that as in the day of Noah, so it shall be in the day of the Son of Man, and he was actually referring to Jonah. So this is going to be a lot of pretty interesting for your viewers right now, because I'm about to break down the whole Noah situation. The word Noah, you have to understand that they say that a flood took over the earth, right? Went over the earth, and only 8 people survived that actual event. Well, people understand water to be something that purifies. Water is actually looked at as the truth or purity, transparent, that which you see. They say that Christ will come on the clouds and you'll be caught up into the air with him. We are in the age of Aquarius, which is the age of air. That is the age now. This is why all of these things are tying in. This is why you're seeing
was the water barrier. The water
yes,
barrier.
yeah. Aquarius is the age of water and air. Water being the purifying state during the time of Noah, meaning the truth will envelope the earth. The truth being that there is nothing outside of here at all, unless you are actually created. The only God that you have is the God that is within you, in your own temple, meaning your higher consciousness, your higher way of thinking is your God. You obviously,
finish breaking down the Noah story for us, bro.
Okay, so so that's actually the Noah, the water, and getting caught up in the air, which was what the Christ said, which is the age of Aquarius. During this time, the number 8 is is, if you turn it sideways, is the infinity sign, which means you are an immortal being. You do not die. Consciousness is energy, and energy does not die. You understand that?
Okay.
It keeps going. It keeps going. So that is what you are. You are inside of a vessel. The skin which you are in, our body, is a vessel. And in this vessel, inside of it is a light source. This light source is actually who you truly are. That is what you are. Your mind is basically a replica of what you see in the cosmos. It's ever expanding. See how space is ever expanding? That is how your consciousness is. This is why your consciousness is constantly, every day, you're learning new things, you're forgetting things, new ideas pop up, new thoughts. That's why, because you are a replica of the universe, and the universe is a replica of you. So going back into the Noah story, in the days of Noah, you know that they were experimenting with the human genome system. They were experimenting with technology. They were experimenting with all of these things, and and people were getting caught up in it. Period. Noah was an actual story that was.
I'm sorry. Go back. You talking about like today's man? You talking about scientists of today was experimenting?
Yeah,
with
scientists. Yeah. Okay. In the days of Noah, you have to understand there's actual technology here that far outmatches the technology we have right now. Like, we don't even know what some of these stuff is. Like, it's real. And in the days of Noah, back then, remember I told you everything's a cycle. Back then, that was actually the civilization, you can say, that was before us, and we found their stuff. You understand?
Okay, so you're saying in the days of Noah. So I was with you there for a second, man, because I'm thinking you're just saying that. Okay, I get it. You're saying that we're in a loop, okay, and you're saying we're looping back
cycle,
around.
yeah.
So yeah, 6,000 years ago. So you're saying 6,000 years ago, we were in like Noah actually existed, or was it just a time period where we're
No,
the same
no,
cycle
no,
again,
no.
we're dealing with some of the same things?
All right, so first, all the books, the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, the Bhagavad Gita, and all tablets ever found they have 3 things in common. Those 3 things that they have in common is the creation story, the middle story, which is basically your prophets and what they go through, and then it has revelation. Every single one of these articles or texts actually have this. The reason why is because this is a cycle that we go through. Going into, now I'm going to try to bring you back into the Noah story. Going into the Noah story, Noah was not an actual person. Noah is a consciousness, a group of people that were alive, that received the truth, that received consciousness on a higher level of being, higher than what they ordinarily thought that they were. You understand? They thought they were just regular human beings, and that they were supposed to be under the thumb of the government for their entire lives, just like all the generations before them.
Okay.
But now,
give me an example of the people that you're talking about.
You
No.
are the greatest.
6,000 years ago.
No. Not you as you being back then, but you as a consciousness back then. Back then, 6,000 years ago, there was a person who may not have looked like you, but he thought and did some of the same things that you're doing today, just like with me and some of your viewers right now. The aspect of it, the
Can you give
overall
me an example?
understanding.
What group of people were doing this? What were the group of people that had the higher level of consciousness that were
You had
considered
you
to be
had
Noahs at
you
that
had
time?
yeah, you no, Noah's no. You're thinking of Noah as a type of
No, you just
a
said
genius.
Noah was a group of people. That's what you
No,
said.
Noah's is a group of consciousness, is a energy, an intelligence. It's an intelligence that envelopes the earth. It's a water that floods the earth. And understanding that Noah is energy or a consciousness that floods the earth, it elevates humanity. For example, 2012 began the Kali Yuga. It ended the red Kachina, blue Kachina, which was your Bloods and your Crips, which is why one symbolism is blue, the other symbolism is red, and began the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga is the coming or the dawn of the age. That dawning of the age is the dawning of a new way of thinking, dealing with the generation of Emmanuel, which is people like me and you who are in our 30s, 40s, and then our children. We are growing up and we are going against government, all of the things that happen with a suspect eye. We're saying, no, that's a false flag. And we're literally searching and breaking these things down to the point where we're proving that they're fake. You understand?
Oh, okay.
This is the consciousness of elevation that we're on.
Okay.
Because only truth. You want me to
Look,
stop?
for the sake of time, Jose. Okay, so let's say what you're saying is true. Okay. Where does that put us? Like, where in the next year or the next 10 years, where are we gonna be? What's gonna happen to the world according to, I guess, your studies?
Okay, so for example, in the next year, it's totally, for the next year, it's totally going to be up to you. What ends up happening totally ends up being a decision that you're going to have to make. For example, you can either choose to stay on this frequency of thinking where you're just thinking that, you got to go to work and, you're a Democrat or you're a Republican and you thinking all of these worldly things are what really matters, while another group of people will be ascending, literally, consciously. They will be thinking on a higher level where they're going to be understanding human anatomy without going to school, understanding the cosmos without ever being in space. They're going to literally evolve consciously, mentally.
Okay.
The
And when is
reason
this
why
gonna
is
happen?
because
When is this gonna happen?
this is happening right now as we speak. This is
Okay,
the
give me an
reason why
example.
you're thinking.
Give me an example of
You,
who that
the
is.
way you were at a point in time when you was living and working and being subjugated by our government, and at some particular point in time you thought that was all there is, but you felt that there was more. At some point you realized, wait a minute, everything that I'm believing in can't even be proven, because a logical thought came into your mind. That logical thought opened your eyes, and that is what I'm calling Noah. That is what Noah is, the truth, which literally envelopes the earth. It will happen to everyone. Everyone on this earth will have the choice to either stay dumb or you have the choice to ignore it or keep believing what you're hearing instead of what you're seeing. You
Okay.
understand?
Okay. All right, Jose, man. For the sake of time, brother, I thank you for coming on, sharing the information with the people. I appreciate it. We're gonna get somebody else on here, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate your information, brother.
All right, brother.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, family. Man, I'm pressed for time, man. So look, we're gonna try to get my man Abraham in here. Bay, I think he's more. We're gonna get this brother in here to see what he has to say, and then we just gonna close it out, man. Thank you for everybody coming in. If we have any more believers in here that wants to come in, please do. It wasn't my mic, Mickey. It's just the brother had me on some type of Bluetooth or something, so it probably made my volume go down. So we're gonna try to get Abraham in here. If we can't get Abraham, then we're gonna go ahead and close it out. Let's see. I'm gonna just do some closing, make some closing points, and then we're gonna get up out of here, man. Yo, man, I was. What's going on, Abraham? How you doing, brother?
Of Islam is peace. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Uh, First, I would like for everybody to listen to what I'm about to tell you closely. Don't do no smart remarks, whatever, and study this. Number one, the brother before us, if he put that Bible down, he'll see a lot more, and he got it. The Bible is not our book. And the reason why I tell you that is you go get those Samaritan records. And you're going to see an Adam and Eve story way before this Bible had produced the Adam and Eve story, number one. Number two, I'm going to give you a couple of more mysteries. I'm going to knock out 99% of the people that follow that Bible. It says that this is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So if you ain't proclaiming that you're an Israelite, that's not your God anyway, number one. Number two, my people is not understanding the breakdowns of different gods in that Bible, different stories that came out of Egypt, and different stories that came out of the Samaritan records that lead us into what we have, what we call in the canon or the Bible. A big mystery. It says King James Version. In order for you to have a version of something, you have to have an original documents, and then you make your own version. So people ain't understanding that the New Testament is a copy or King James Version or William Tyndale version of the Old Testament. You have 5 books of Moses, you had 4 books of Gospels and the Revelation. When Moses was born, he had to flee and was gone and everything. The same thing with this Jesus story. So go get banned from the Bible. Go get the Golden Age, the 14th dynasty, and you'll start seeing that all these stories came up out of Egypt. You got to ask yourself, if Abraham came out of the land Ur, and in the land of Ur, they was worshiping duality gods, male and female. Where did Abraham get this one God system from? All the gods that's in the Old Testament that the Israelites was battling was a duality of male and female. Where did Abraham get this one God system from? And you'll start seeing, you'll start understanding that this stuff is coming from the Anunnaki Empire. All these stories, all the Samaritan records is going to tell you about Enki and Enlil and how they came down here and did their thing. Now, the Quran is also a story. Number one, the Romans had a big hand into the information of the Quran that we have to this day. And the big picture that links you is Khadijah sent Muhammad to their uncle, and their uncle was a translator of the Hebrew scrolls for the Roman Catholic Church and the Arabs.
Okay.
So he's the middleman of the Islamic religion, the religion part. So my people is actually all their theories and all their God system came from another nation. It's time for us to put all those books down. I know I'm a Moor because of my granddaddy and them, not because of Prophet Noble Ali. We was Moors way and John. I got land, I got deeds and stuff like that to prove that I wasn't no slave.
Okay.
So when we are studying these religions.
Okay, so more. Okay,
number one,
let me ask you this, brother. And I guess you like the first more that we've had on here. So I kind of know a little bit about the Moorish science, not a whole lot. So I don't have an in-depth study on it, but like, what is it producing? And why would you encourage someone to, I guess, find out if they have any type of Moorish, what do you want to say?
Background.
There you go. Lineage.
Right.
Lineage. Okay. What's the benefit of that?
Okay, number one, the definition. Only the definition. Don't do no lineage or anything. By definition, we all Moors, dark complected people. That's all you're gonna find in doing the real definition of Moor. Now, in 18, was it 1881, 1870, someone, John Hanson, the first brown president of the United States. I mean, not the United States, of America. He was the first brown president, and he was, anybody can tell you if they do any history of him, he was a Moor. So I'm saying that politically, we are Moors through, that's where we fell at. After John Hanson, that's when all the slavery and stuff started hitting over here. That's when it became, remember, Oklahoma wasn't even a state of the United States, but it was still Oklahoma. And our people, my granddaddy was a part of Black Wall Street. So by being a Moor is a nationality that we was known nationally before we encountered the Europeans over here. All that Morocco Empire and stuff, I'm not tripping on that.
Okay.
That's through the science tip of America, and claiming your nationality is a good thing. But first, in order for you to claim your nationality, we got to get civil mortar, civil little mortar off all of us. They actually looking at us as civilly dead. Once we fight that, then our nationality will count. Right now, it don't matter who you call yourself. They're getting rid of our people, our energy. It doesn't matter, it's your color, we're all brown. Okay. If you want to call you black, black power, all that don't even matter what we labeling ourselves. In reality, we are all the same people. Your bloodline is all over this earth. People want to claim Africa and over there. No, you can claim this whole entire planet. It's ours. So by claiming, the reason why I'm going towards nationality, because we're in a nationality state right now. Everything pertaining to nationality. These people coming over here with their nationality and they're getting things. So yes, we must claim our nationality.
So what do the Moors have like that? What I'm saying, like, what are the like immediate benefits to becoming a Moor? Because and again, I'm just asking these questions, brother. Like if that worked, if that was effective, I mean, you would have an influx of people, joining, the Moors science to be able to,
well,
I guess,
well, I'm not
discover their nationality.
I'm different. I'm sorry. I don't even
reap the benefits of doing that.
Right. And right now, I came to the point. I just came out of a temple. I knew I was a Moor before I even started messing with the temples, and I just came up out of the temples. I'm not pressing Moorish nationality on anybody because that's not our problem right now. I'm saying look at it as a nationality because our people, like during, John Hanson, whatever, we was real powerful, and our nationality for as nation was Moors. At this point of time, that don't even matter because it don't matter if you're nationality, Hebrew or whatever, they gonna get you. So let's attack. I'm not. So to answer your question, is I am a Moor that's not pressing on everybody being Moors. In reality, I don't even want to say that. Won't us just when the first men and women, and I have proof of this, or I can explain to you later that we was birthed out of the waters. They didn't come on this earth, or just say we was made from dirt. I don't believe that, but just say we was. They didn't first come on the earth and say, I'm a Christian, I'm a Moor. No, they didn't deal with none of these. So that's the level I'm on. But in order for to get that to my people, I cannot force no Moors on you. I can't force anything that was created by men on you. What I am going towards is our nature, our well-being, and the force of energy that we need around us. That's where I'm at.
Okay, so what do you believe about the books that you just mentioned? You mentioned the Bible, you mentioned the Quran. Do you believe that there is a God, and if so, like what God do you I guess worship, or I don't know.
Okay.
Admire.
It's crazy. Okay, number one, the King James version is full of many gods in there.
No, we talking about your God. We talking about the King James guys, man. We talking about your God.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. Because first you asked me about the Bible. Yeah. First you asked me about the Bible, whatever. Okay, to break it down, all sources. To break it down in reality, that force that they talking about, that they're calling God, is us. We're when you go deep down into the creation of everything, it's 5 elements. It's a proton, neutron, electron, nuclear energy, and magnet energy. So all of that, that's an atom. All of that start from there. Your whole entire existence, this whole entire universe started from these atoms. So to say that universally the white man is not your brother, wait a minute, they came from the same place that we came from. They tripping on this devil, this God that they talk about made the devil. So what I'm saying is that force is us.
Okay.
We created this.
So we gods.
So when you so we're God. We're not, we're that energy that everybody talking about ain't never gave no name. That energy that they pray to never gave them no name, never gave them no gender or anything. So when they say Yahweh, they get it from a book. When they say Jehovah, they get it from a man.
Okay.
You see what I'm
So
saying?
what do you think? What you said that our biggest thing that we face, like what do you think the biggest thing that we face is at this current time? Like collectively as a people.
We're facing self-destruction. We're fighting ourselves. That's the only problem that we have. We ain't understanding that we calling these people white man and they're the devil and everything. This is negative and positive energy, and it must go on a circuit board in the correct order, parallel. The white man got his stuff into our stuff. That's why things is chaotic. We need to put him back on his side. He's the negative part of the universe. We're the positive part of the universe. In order for the universe to work correctly, both must run its current in a parallel aspect.
Okay, so you're saying we got to separate?
Our problem, yeah, we have to separate for as we don't go to they schools or, but not separate or don't have sex with them. They had an RF factor in their genes and mutated genes, or some got tails. So we ain't supposed to mate and stuff with them. But on the outside, we can work with them for a greater plan of the universe because they are our universal brothers.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, man. Thank you for that answer, man. I appreciate your time, brother. I'm trying to get one more person up in here, man, before we close it out, man. Thank you for coming in. You gave some great information,
man. All right, thank you, brother.
Of the Moors. And we're gonna let you go, brother. You have a good night.
Peace, family.
All right, family. So let me see who else we got. Reese, man, I'm gonna bring you in, man, for a moment, but real quick before I close this out. Again, the brother made a point, and this is what I want to say. We have to, and this is why religion doesn't work. Okay, you got to take the will back from Jesus. And Kevin made a point in a radio show that we did together. He talked when he say Jesus take the will. He said will, W-I-L. Okay, so take the will from Jesus. Take back your will. Okay, if I have free will and then I can do whatever I want. Okay, I'm not gonna be subjected to these rules and these statutes and these commandments. If you don't follow, God's gonna kill you. He gonna get mad. He gonna destroy you. Come on, man. What type of relationship is that? That is an abusive relationship again. But because you're so used to and you're so accustomed to being abused, you're so accustomed to being lied to, you're so accustomed to being manipulated. It's you right at home. You right at home with your religion that lies to you. You right at home with your religion that makes false promises. You right at home with your religion of the God who is in authority, who is over you, to be hypocritical. Okay, just like your country, just like America, you're supposed to be free. You're supposed to be able to do what you want. It take your God 200 years to free you. Well, I'd say 400 years, but if you talk to a Hebrew Israelite, they say, well, it was only 200 years. Like 200 years, that's still a long time. It shouldn't take 2 years. It shouldn't take 2 months. It shouldn't take 2 weeks for your God to get you out of slavery. Okay, so, but anyway, over 150 years, this government has manipulated you. This government has used you as property, has used your labor, has not paid you, has not given you what you are owed, what your family is owed. Okay, you are in a caste system. You're at the bottom, but you still hang on to a God because you think you deserve it. Because you ain't follow his rules, because you ain't follow his commandments, you think you deserve to be low. You think you deserve to get the worst of everything. Okay, to eat your own kids, to eat your own children. Okay, when this book tells you that's what you're gonna do. And every time your God, whether it be America or whether it be your make-believe God, gets upset with you, every time you get out of line, you die. Okay, you pay for it with your blood. Okay, it's just all hypocrisy. So just like Malcolm said, we've never experienced America's democracy. We've only have been victims of America's hypocrisy. You've never been you've never seen what it's like to be in heaven. Your God has never put you in a place of paradise, a place of comfort, a place of refuge where you can be in your own community and just kick back. You can walk down the street at 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning and be safe. He's never put you in a situation where you don't have to worry, that you can throw your feet up. I ain't talking about one person. I ain't talking about two people. I'm talking about everybody, where you can feel safe in your own community. You ain't ducking bullets. There's not a liquor store on every corner that you don't own. There's not a chicken joint, a fried chicken joint on every corner that you don't own. There's not a gas station where the dude is behind 3 feet of bulletproof glass, selling you Black and Milds and single Newports that you don't own, selling you crap food that you don't own. Okay, because we haven't had sense to look at our neighborhoods. Look at our communities, these overseers and these gatekeepers, these religious people, okay, who are, because just like Malcolm said, that was okay when you was dumb, deaf, and blind. That was okay when you was politically ignorant, politically immature, socially immature, religiously immature. That was okay. You fell for that. But now we got to be smart. Now we got to stop being stupid. Okay, we got to do what everybody else is doing in the world. If your community is run down, if your community is abandoned, that's an opportunity for you. It's an opportunity for you to look at your community and see where improvements can be made. See where you can go buy the land, buy the property, buy this vacant land, build it up, redevelop it, get the money. Okay, do it yourself. Okay, I know we broke and I know we don't have no money, but put it on your politicians, put it on your government, your God. Okay, to do something, to abide by what he or she or it says it's supposed to do for all of its citizens. If it's equality for all, okay, then that's what it should be. Okay, you should be equal. Your community should look just as good as their community. Because I'm telling you, when they want to build something, they build it. But you know when you become part of the problem? When you become part of the problem when you continuously allow them to give you contracts to make garbage music where every 10 seconds somebody's getting murdered, somebody's getting killed, you grinding on somebody. You become a problem in your neighborhood when you can't control yourself and you go scatter your seed all over the community. Okay, you got a baby by this one, a baby by that one, and a baby by this one. They know you ain't got the means to take care of none of them. Okay, you can't get a passport because of your child support. That's when you become a danger and a negative and adverse to your community. Okay, we have to clear up this behavior. Okay, we want to live like we can do it. There's a brother Tamani. He's wrote a book. He tries to get people to join this organization to build communities that are safe for us. Okay, we don't have to abide by the laws. We can have our own law. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We can throw this book away. This book is obsolete. We don't need it. You know, no one has to tell me thou shalt not sleep with my neighbor's wife. I already know that. You know why I'm not gonna sleep with your wife? Because I care about you. Okay, even if your wife throw it at me and you at work and she got on a little nightie, because I respect you and because I love you, I'm not gonna sleep with your wife. And it don't have nothing to do with what it says in some stupid book. It has something to do with, it has everything to do with me respecting and loving my brother. That's what it has to do with, okay? So all of this stuff out here, we got to stop doing it if it don't make sense, okay? We complain and we complain about the police killing us. Of course they going to kill you. Ain't nothing going to happen. And then on the flip side, your hypocritical country that does nothing for you, okay? All of the problems that they have set up for you, they should be willing to come and correct. Just like a brother in the last video said, what did you give to Flint? How much money did you donate to Flint? Why should I donate anything to Flint? And my heart goes out to the people of Flint, and I'm not saying anything against that. What I'm saying is, I am a working individual. I didn't create that situation in Flint. Okay, so who's barely able to take care of his family now? Why I gotta come out of my pocket? The state did that. The city of Flint did that. Those people people should, the state should be able to come in and correct that problem with all the money they got. Stop building weapons. Stop building tanks. Stop building bombs. They could have been fixed that situation in Flint years ago. That's all they had to do is take some of the money from the government, the money that they take from you, and fix the problem. And you like, Rick, where am I going to get the money from? Okay, they got the money. They got the money. Okay, just like they have money to build whatever it is they want to build. All of these weapons to kill, aircraft carriers, bombs, nuclear weapons. They don't want nobody to have no nuclear weapons, but they want to have them though. They're afraid of everybody else to have nuclear weapons, but they the only one don't drop nuclear weapons on somebody. Ain't that kind of hypocritical? You worried about some other country having nukes, but you the only one done killed women and children with nukes. And you want somebody to salute the flag. Anyway, why should you have to clean up everything? Why should you have to clean up? And again, because they very similar, your country and your God. Your God wants you to clean up his mess. Why you got to clean up his mess? You clean it up. Why I got to go preach your gospel? You preach it. You tell the people what you want them to know. I ain't preaching nothing. I ain't preaching nothing. The only thing I'm preaching is for you to stop going by this stupid book, worshiping some stupid God that doesn't even care enough about you to show without a doubt that he's real. Okay? And when you talk about the system of oppression and the system of exploitation, they gave you the Bible because they know that will work for you. They know that will work for you. They know that you will follow it. They know that you will be a fool to keep following it. But you know what? When the Bible don't work, they give you the bullet. But I'm one that they're going to have to get a bullet to because I don't go by this Bible. I don't go by this book. Anyway, I'm going to close it out, family. Man, thank you, everybody who came in. Sorry, Jeremiah and Reese, man. I'm going to try to get y'all in on another show, man. I am pressed for time, man. I got to get out of here. I got to go do some real business. I ain't going to say what it is, but I got some stuff I'm working on right now. I'll talk to y'all about that later. But yeah, I gotta go take care of some things, man. The only gods that we need are each other. Divide, and we gotta stop being stupid, okay? Divide and conquer, okay? All of these religions, okay? You like Malcolm did that Ballad of the Bullet speech at a church, okay? We gotta come together, just like the Morris brother said. Listen, I was like, what good is it to be a Moor when only the Moors congregate together? Only the Moors care about each other. What good is it to be a Hebrew Israelite when only the Hebrew Israelites care about each other? They ain't going to get together with Christians. See, I'm the bad one, though, right? I'm the negative one, right? But you know what the difference with me? I don't care if you're homosexual. I don't care if you are a Hebrew Israelite. I don't care if you are a Christian. I don't care if you're a Muslim. If we got an objective to meet and we trying to clean up the community and we trying to work together, dude, that's what I'm concerned about. I'm not concerned about your sexual orientation, not concerned about your religion or what God you serve, or if you serve a pagan God, or if you serve, because all it is, y'all all the same. A Baptist ain't nothing but a Catholic. A Methodist ain't nothing but a Catholic. A Protestant ain't nothing but a Catholic. A Lutheran ain't nothing but a Catholic. If you from the Moorish temple, you ain't nothing but the Moorish science. That's how Islam started. So all of these religions are connected. Hebrew Israelite, y'all ain't nothing but Jews turn black. If it really worked, if your book really worked, go get your land back. Go get your land back. You don't know a con when you see one. When somebody tell you they don't know when something's going to happen and you just sitting there waiting on it like a fool, Christ don't know when he going to come back. Ain't that convenient to keep you believing in this nonsense for the rest of your life, for generation after generation after generation after generation? Come back. He ain't coming. He ain't coming because he wasn't here in the first place. You are a fool. Stop being a fool, okay? You gotta stop. We gotta stop being stupid. We deserve to be at the bottom. We deserve to be oppressed. We gonna keep being fools. We deserve to get kicked off of Facebook and kicked off of YouTube, and we gonna keep being foolish and not getting our own stuff, learning Hebrew when you should be learning how to code. You should be learning how to program. That's what our kids should be learning instead of dribbling some basketball, throwing some football. That's okay. You can do that. You can do that. You can do that. But what I'm saying is, we still don't control the NFL. We still don't control the NBA. We make all the money in it, though. But we ain't smart enough Just like Malcolm said, you ain't smart enough to go into business for yourself. You ain't smart enough to start something and expand it, and so it get bigger and bigger and bigger and control the schools, the jobs, the everything in your community, the politics, everything. You got a community that somebody else controls. And the religion doesn't work on the flip side, because if the Asians cared about you, they'd give you your store. They'd be like, you know what, let me move out of your community. I don't want to sell you fried rice and fried chicken and egg rolls. Let me get out of your community. Let me go sell egg rolls in my community. Here, turn this store into something else. The Arabs, if they cared about you, if religion worked, and if we was all brotherhood, they would say, you know what, here, take this gas station. Let me sell it to you so that you can sell to your own people, so you can be amongst your own people, so you can employ your own people. Nope. They buy your gas station because you ain't got no money, because you ain't put your money together. Anytime you want to buy something, you want to buy some rims and some car that you can't afford. You want to buy clothes that you can't afford and give somebody else some money. You want to buy $100 pair of jeans or $200 t-shirt and put money in other people's pocket instead of living modestly until we're able to do whatever it is we want to do. But you don't want to make the sacrifice. But I'm the problem. I'm the nut. I ain't got no spirit. I'm the lost one. I'm going to get off here, man. The only gods that we need are each other, okay? I need you to love me. I need you to show me compassion. I need you to do me no harm. I do the same. If you need my help, I will help you. I will show compassion to you. I will do you no harm. That's it. Peace, family.